story. About 3 months ago, we decided that, there's enough trail system out here in the front side to get, where you guys just were, and we wanted to start coming up on the back side of it. So right where I parked, on that other side, just past Lindy Land and some of the other trails, we started digging and we started planning our routes and everything, and it was about the second build into the back side of the mountain, and we had come up on like this weird spot. It like flattened out, and we had put our blaze through to where we were going to cut the trail in, and flat spot, kind of like eerie, and a few rocks were scattered around, and we started digging. We started taking our hose and started digging and chopping back some dirt, and all of a sudden, like, there was this old like tombstone, almost like an old rock, and it had something etched into it, and it turns out it was an ancient Native American burial ground. So we stopped immediately and we said, we can't dig right through this because this is an ancient burial ground, and with all the cave systems and everything else out here, like we said, we got to go around it. So we eventually went around it and came back the next day, and we told Scott, we told the mayor, and we told Putnam County, and we said, hey, we found this ancient Native American gravesite out here, and we got to let you guys know because it should, historians have to come out here or whatever. So they had come out, and sure enough, like, there's 12 to 14 gravesites that are out there. So we had to divert around and didn't really think anything of it. And then my son was out here for the summertime, and we ended up camping out here at K&A Campground. And about 2:30 in the morning, I hear these noises, and I'm like, Gray, tap him awake. And he's like, Dad, what is that? I said, I don't know, man. So we get out of our tent, which was right over here behind us, and it sounded like chanting, like Native American chanting, like they were doing some sort of thing around a fire circle and just having a good time chanting and whatnot. And it was just the most odd thing. I got goosebumps right now just coming in talking about it, how freaky it was. But sure enough, it had come just right back from that area where we found that burial ground at. So it's something else, man. You guys got to come out here and camp, check it out, and just listen for it. But we met here tonight, but it was just something else out here, man. It's crazy. I'm sure there's more stories out here at the caves and everything else, but I mean, that's just one that kind of baffles me. So.
We had something really weird at the park happen. The maintenance guys in the summer, they try to get out ahead of the heat. So they're out there like weed eating and things like that in the back of the park, like 7 a.m. So one day, they're out there weed eating, and there's a lady coming by. She's clearly like disheveled and things like that. So they're weed eating right by the road. So they pull up the blaze so they're not slinging stuff all over and let her pass. And they kind of nodded at her, like just acknowledged her, and she ignored them. So he like watches her get about 20 feet away, puts his earphones back on, and goes back to weed eating. Once he feels a tap on his shoulder, and he like jerks around, and she's literally like, she was just 20 feet away, and now she's right behind him. She said, I have an issue. I've lost my wedding ring. I was walking across the bridge up here, and I dropped it, and it went through the cracks of the bridge. Will you help me find it? He's like, yeah. So he takes all his equipment off, walks over there, and if you haven't been to the back of the park, there's a little covered bridge that goes across the creek. So he, climbs down, starts to look under the bridge, and she walks on the bridge, and he looks down and he goes, do you have any idea where you lost it? And looks up, and then she's completely gone. So he was super freaked out about it. He's not going to be happy that I'm even telling the story because he's going to get asked about it. But
never saw her again.
Never saw her again. That's the creepiest thing that's happened at the park since I've been here.
All the crazy trail stories out here and all the haunted stuff happening on the trail system. Here on October 30th, we got the haunted half marathon run, 10K, 5K trail run. So come on out, sign up, and come run the haunted trails of Hurricane, West Virginia, Meeks Mountain Trails.
Valley Park, we are continuing our Halloween trails this year. We're bringing them back into the park. Last year, I think we shut down Taze Valley Road for a couple of nights. People weren't too happy with that. So we're trying to bring the actual trick-or-treat into the park this year. Spookyville is what we're calling it. It's going to be October 22nd and 23rd. Both nights we'll have trick-or-treats, and on Saturday we plan on having a band, inflatables, vendors, just a lot of fun things the whole family can come out and enjoy.